Good morning. Welcome to our first virtual counselor workshop. I'm Clint Hobbs, the Executive Director of the Probe College Fair Tour, and I'm joined this morning by Donna Webb, who is our Associate Executive Director, and Kayla Walker, President of the Georgia Education Articulation Committee, which is the corporation that Probe belongs to. And three other presenters will join us in a few minutes. They will introduce themselves to you prior to their presentations. Everybody here presenting today is either a part of the Probe organization or serving on the Georgia Education Articulation Committee. I'm going to get us started by giving you a brief history of Probe. Some of you have been coming to these workshops that we used to have in person for years. This may be new to some of you, but let me give you a brief history of Probe. We were organized in 1950, yes, 1950, like 74 years ago, as a series of college day programs for Atlanta high schools. The tour began to expand beyond the Atlanta area in the 1970s, and the term Probe was coined. In 1983, the Georgia Education Articulation Committee incorporated. And since that time, we have had three executive directors. I became the executive director in 2018. Last year, 23, Donna Webb became our associate executive director. The Probe College Fair Tour has grown in scope from about 63 or 4 fairs all the way up through 2022, now to over 90 fairs. So with that, again, welcome. Thank you for your time this morning. I'm going to pitch this over to Donna so she can give you some housekeeping updates.
Yeah, thanks, Clint. Welcome, everybody. We're excited that you're here, and we're thankful for our presenters today. We have a full agenda, and so what we're going to do to sort of keep it moving and be mindful of your time is everyone will be on mute, but we'll monitor the chat feature. So if you have questions throughout, just put them in the chat, and we'll try to answer them as we go along. And then if time is permitting at the end, you can certainly raise your hand, and we can ask questions for the group. But we will begin with Sarah offering an update from the University System of Georgia.
All righty. Thanks so much, Donna, and good morning, everybody. I'm very happy to be here with you to provide some USG updates. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Get you guys back again. Hold on. All righty. Donna, are we good? Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yep.
we can see that. And the first one, I like seeing all your contact information so they have questions later. They got you.
Yes, so my name is Sarah Wenham. I'm the Director of Student Enrollment Services at the University System of Georgia. There you can see my name, email, and phone number, and I'll provide that again at the end of the presentation. And if there's ever anything I could do to assist you, if you have any questions about what I provide in the PowerPoint, always please feel free to reach out. All right, so a few updates for you. We have quite a few to share this year. I'm going to start with dual enrollment admissions. So first of all, we have recently received word this past spring that we're going to continue with the test score waiver for dual enrollment admissions through summer 2026. So our USG institutions, most of them will continue to waive test scores through that period. Some do require test scores, so the very best resource for you guys is going to be our USG dual enrollment admission requirements document that we have published on the USG website, and I'll show you how to get to that in just a moment. If available, we do very much encourage students to still submit test scores, even though they may be applying to an institution that doesn't require them for dual enrollment. Those scores can really help ensure that students are placed in the best courses, and they're not unnecessarily having to take a placement test. Just a friendly reminder, this one is for Hal from GSFC, that the dual enrollment funding requirements for students wanting to do dual enrollment at a USG institution in the 10th grade do still hold, though. So even though the student may be applying to a USG institution that doesn't require test scores for admissions, they want to do dual enrollment in the 10th grade at a USG institution, and they're planning on getting funding, they do need to have those test scores that you see on the screen. A little bit about our requirements. I do just want to spend a little time on the RHSC. You guys are probably familiar with the RHSC, but it's one of those areas that can sometimes hang up students, even our dual enrollment students. So for dual enrollment students, we do want to see that they're on track for completing high school graduation requirements and the USG's RHSC, or required high school curriculum. So what you can see on the screen there are the units that we require for the RHSC. They probably look very similar or familiar. They're very similar to graduation requirements in Georgia. There are some key differences, though, especially in terms of the courses that are approved for the RHSC versus for high school graduation requirements. So I did just want to really quickly mention our Staying on Course document. You may already be familiar with the document, but it's the go-to resource to know all things about the USG's RHSC. So just to show you how to get to some of these resources, this is the main admissions page on the USG website. You can see the URL in the bottom left-hand corner there. We're going to pretend that we're clicking on the dual enrollment tile. And just to highlight some of those resources, the first green arrow there is just pointing to our USG dual enrollment admission requirements document that I mentioned. The second one is going to the Staying on Course document, which is the go-to resource again for everything RHSC. And then we have a page where you can get to, it takes you to a page with links to all of the institution dual enrollment web pages, as well as links to the applications that they use for dual enrollment admissions. And then really quickly, just down at the bottom there, just to highlight that each of our institutions has at least one person designated to work with dual enrollment students. We recently went through and made sure we had current contacts for everybody. So that resource is out there for you. Really quickly, here's a screenshot of our dual enrollment admission requirements document. You can see the front page provides a lot of great general information about dual enrollment at the USG. And then it's really as you go back into the document where you see all the information about each of our institutions and what they require for dual enrollment admissions. So this is updated now to reflect requirements through summer 2026. And then here's our Staying on Course document. Similar to the last document, general information on the first couple of pages. And then it's when you go back into the document that you're going to see the different courses approved for the different academic areas of the RHSC. And again, our courses largely align with high school graduation requirements, but there are a few discrepancies. So always a good idea if you're putting in a student in a course that maybe isn't a course usually taken by students heading to the USG, just to check the document to make sure it's an approved course. All right, a little bit about dual enrollment placement. Students that want to do dual enrollment math, they do need to have successfully completed advanced algebra in their high school or equivalent course before they can come to us and do dual enrollment math. Also, students who want to do dual enrollment math, they need to successfully exempt placement in learning support math. So we don't want students coming to us for college level math if they actually need learning support. And similar for English, so you can see that listed there. There's additional information on the second page of our dual enrollment admission requirements document, where you can see all of the different ways that students can exempt placement in learning support English and learning support math. So that's what you see on the screen there. And again, that's on page 2 of the dual enrollment admission requirements document. Going back to our dual enrollment admissions page, we also have a lot of information out there related to placement, and a number of these items have been updated over the summer. So let's see, we've got the first one, that's going back to that dual enrollment admissions requirements document. That's where you'll find that learning support information. But I really want to highlight the next 3 items. Those are specific resources to help students select their courses for dual enrollment. So we've got one that helps students select their math courses. It lets them know which may be the best math course for them to start with, depending on their major, intended major after high school. The next is a science placement document. And then the third is a document that provides information about the core curriculum. And we know a lot of students like to come to us and do dual enrollment and make some progress on their core curriculum requirements. So hopefully that's helpful for them. So here's just a screenshot from the mathematics document that I just mentioned. Again, it gives students, based on the intended major, information about which may be the best math course for them to start in. So if they're planning on doing dual enrollment math and they know that they want to be a particular major after high school graduation, this can be a great resource for them. Science document has similar, it's not quite as detailed, but it lets them know STEM versus non-STEM versus health professions. I did just want to give a quick update on the economics course alignments that appear in the dual enrollment course directory. Some of you may be aware that there's been some work going on in this area. So the Department of Education's course 45.061, Personal Finance and Economics, you may be aware that that course was recently updated to include some additional economic standards as well as personal finance standards. So currently in the dual enrollment course directory, the USG institutions have a number or have Economics 2105 and 2106 aligned usually to that 45.061 course. But our economics courses do not currently have enough personal finance content for that alignment to be maintained. So we've been doing a lot of work to figure out what we're going to do so that we can continue to offer an economics course that will give students that 45.061 credit. And it looks like we're going to end up with a new course, Economics 1101, Economics of Financial Literacy, and that will be included in the dual enrollment course directory when it opens up for the next school year. So current students are great with the current alignments, but this will be for the next school year. All right, a little bit really quickly about freshman admission requirements. Our freshman admission requirements document that's currently published on our website, it needs to be updated to include the fall 2025 through summer 2026 information. So that will be coming in the next couple of weeks. And then we'll add the fall 2026 and beyond information in the next year in 2025. I did just want to give you guys a heads up though about the fall 2026 admission requirements. Our board did vote this past spring to end the test score waiver for 4 of our institutions. So this is starting with students applying for fall 2026. Augusta University, Georgia Southern Statesboro and Armstrong campuses, Georgia State University's Atlanta campus, and Kennesaw State University will all again require test scores and a freshman index and a high school GPA for admission. Here's our Find Your School page. I don't know if a lot of you use this, especially with Georgia Match. But this is a resource where students can go online on the USG website and enter their academic credentials, and it will provide them with a list of the USG institutions that may be the best match for them. So I just wanted to let you know the algorithm behind this tool hasn't been updated for fall 2026, but we did add a note about those 4 institutions at the top of the screen. So students will just want to be aware of that, and hopefully we'll get it further updated over the next few months. And then just wanted to highlight our Georgia Degrees Pay, our resource online. It has a lot of really great tools to help students research the USG. I can't tell you much now, but I do want to let you know that a new tool will be coming this fall that we think will be really helpful to your students. So stay tuned for that. And just to let you know where you can find a lot of these great resources, going back to the admissions page, clicking on freshmen under quick links. There's a quick link to Georgia Degrees Pay, Find Your School, the freshman admission requirements, and other resources. And very lastly, I wanted to just mention that, again, we're very excited about Georgia Match Year 2 starting this fall. Again, our institutions will be participating with the exception of the 3 that didn't participate in Year 1. So we're super excited about that happening again, and look forward to your students receiving those letters in late September, early October. All right, with that, again, here's my contact information. If you didn't have a chance to jot it down before, feel free to reach out anytime. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Kelly.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm going to go ahead and upload my PowerPoint here. Just want to make sure that you guys can see it.
Yep.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. Good deal. Well, thank you, Sarah. Great information coming from the USG side. Listen, guys, and counselor, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Kelly Pollard. I am the Director of Admissions at Georgia Piedmont Technical College, and we're part of the Technical College System of Georgia. But I just wanted to share a little with you all regarding some updates and things that are happening with the Technical College System of Georgia. Just to share a little bit with you all, and maybe some new counselors that might be here on the call today, the workshop today, who we are and that type thing. We're the Technical College System of Georgia. There are 22 technical colleges throughout the state of Georgia. It is known that there is a technical college within the 50-mile radius of every resident of Georgia. So in your specific areas and that type thing, there is a technical college that's within 50 miles radius of your residence and that type thing, that all students and all people in the state of Georgia will have the opportunity to take advantage of the wonderful options at the technical colleges throughout the state of Georgia. We are, what we do, we're hands-on training, and that is our unique differences with the Technical College System of Georgia versus the USG system here in the state of Georgia. We are proud to say that our main mission is to make sure that the state of Georgia has a skilled workforce throughout the state of Georgia. There are so many companies that are moving here and that are coming here and moving here to the state of Georgia, and we want to make sure that they have a skilled workforce to pull from and hire our residents here in Georgia to make sure that we're talking about careers that put in a roof over their heads, food in their mouth, and clothing on their bodies for them and their families. These are the career options. All technical colleges have more than over 100 associate's degrees or 50 career paths or more at the technical colleges. The highest credentials in the technical colleges actually give are 2-year associate's degree, diplomas, and also certificate programs. And we also do online studies that's open to people that want to tie into the technical colleges throughout the state of Georgia, all over the world. And they can do online studies through our Blackboard platform that provides online studies for a lot of our students too. Our number one point of pride through the technical college is that we have a 99% overall job placement rate throughout the state of Georgia, which means that our students are actually getting jobs in their particular fields and studies in which they're studying at the technical college, and we're happy about that. They're getting the jobs in the fields in which they're actually studying. Our president, also, Dr. Hostin at Georgia Piedmont, often talks about it. He loves to hear that a student is getting that W-2 in their hands and they're making a difference, they're contributing back to Georgia and that type of thing. Just a couple of updates about the technical college system, just a couple of updates, just one quickly. So do you all be, yes.
Kelly, this is Donna. Sorry to interrupt you. I don't know if you're ready to go to your next slide, but you were still on slide 1.
Oh, okay. I am going. Can you see it move? No? Is it moving for you?
No, we're still at the first slide.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Hi, Kelly. It's Kayla here. I can help navigate your slides if you want me to, because I have access. So if you'd like me to go, which slide do you want me to go?
Okay. You want for me to stop sharing right quick?
No, to keep it on the way it is, and just let me know which slide you want me to go to.
Okay, go to slide number 3.
Okay. You're there now.
Yes.
It's not showing for me either. I don't think it's synced. Do you think you can try sharing the screen, Kelly?
Try
instead
sharing
of
it.
showing the PowerPoint?
Okay. Go back in here. I do apologize. Here. And share. And share.
I think it's still doing the
Is
Are
it
you able to
sharing?
it's sharing the PowerPoint again instead of like your screen.
Oh, wow. Are you guys seeing it now? Slide number 3.
No.
Yeah, it's actually showing
Kelly,
sharing.
if you're able to, hi Kelly, if you're able to just say next slide, the viewer have the ability to click the arrow down at the bottom and they can move the slide for you.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
they can
that's-
see it on their own screen. So
Yeah,
if you
that's
keep it
working
like
for
it
me.
is, yeah.
Okay. All right. Can
So
you
we'll
see
get
that?
on slide 3 and you can tell us next slide.
Boom. All right. So slide 3. Do you have it?
Yes, yes.
Yes, and when you move forward to the next slide, just say next slide so people can move it on their own.
Okay.
Everyone in the chat, so they can see it.
Okay. Just want to make sure that you guys are seeing the TCSG update slide, tuition increase.
Correct.
Great. All right, cool. All right, so tuition increase, just to let everyone know that through the Technical College System of Georgia, there's a tuition increase that happened actually this fall. The last time we actually had a tuition increase through the Technical College System was 5 years ago, back in 2019, which went up on $11 per credit hour. So, but we are still, the Technical College still has the most affordable tuition costs throughout the state of Georgia when it comes down to students attending colleges and that type thing. Our tuition cost is only $107 per credit hour. Just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of that's happening for the technical colleges. One thing that we are actually excited about too is that our enrollment for this past spring semester and also that's targeting to happen this fall semester too, that our enrollment across the state of Georgia for the technical college has now exceeded over 100,000 students. And that has never happened before. And we're extremely excited about that more students are actually taking advantage of the options of technical colleges options within their particular areas, and they're actually enrolling. These are regular students, college students, and also with our dual enrollment students that's included in this number. And we're really, really excited about that. Just wanted to give you an update that yes, Apply to College Month is actually coming up for the month of November, and all the technical colleges will be participating in that Apply to College Month. And we are extremely excited about it because all the technical colleges actually will be waiving application fees for those seniors that are looking to look at different options for fall of 2025. Look at the technical college. We love for you to also advocate and have students take a look at their option through the technical colleges as well. The other update that I just really want to talk about, and Sarah, you mentioned it about the Georgia Match. Yes, the second round of Georgia Match letters is looking to be sent out to all high school seniors that are actually being awarded these Georgia Match letters. It's a great opportunity for these seniors to look at options in schools that they've already been accepted to according to their GPA. And they just have to claim their spots with through the Georgia Match letter in the Georgia Finance Commission, the Georgia Future account. We're excited about that for those seniors and for the colleges that are participating. Just wanted you to note that all technical colleges throughout the state of Georgia are participating in the Georgia Match initiative with the high school seniors and so on. Next slide, please. Brett, are you guys seeing the tuition fees slide? I just wanted to verify.
Yes, yes, it's
Good
going
deal.
well.
Good. The tuition fees, I just wanted to kind of, we were talking about the tuition hike for us, just so that counselors, you will have a general idea what the tuition or what the tuition looks like at a technical colleges for students throughout the state of Georgia. For instance, an in-state student with $100 and $107 per credit hour, these students are actually looking at total tuition costs of $1,678. This is what they're looking at paying each semester. And most students are taking advantage of both Pell Grant, which is federal grant money, and also Hope Grant money, that is actually available for technical colleges throughout the state of Georgia for Georgia residents and students. It's very, very affordable for students to get into a lot of programs at the technical colleges at this rate. And of course, for out-of-state students, you're looking at that it's only doubles for out-of-state students. But I just wanted to make sure that you saw that you're aware of the low cost. And students, like I said, students in diploma type programs at the technical colleges are primarily attending college. If they're applying through FAFSA and getting qualifying for both Pell Grant and also Hope Grant monies, that student is looking at actually going to school actually for free. Think about that, how that could actually help some of your students do what they need to do and do it in an affordable way and get into careers that's going to put a roof over their head, clothing on their body, and food in their mouth for them and their families. Just wanted to share that information with you. Programs of study, just so that you know that, again, there are over 50 or more career pathways through the technical colleges, a lot of different programs, and a lot of Georgia residents still do not know all that the technical colleges have the offer and the programs that we do offer at the technical colleges, from everything from our business and education schools, everything from business administration, accounting, computer science type programs, cybersecurity, so on and so on. Our health science program, everything from nursing, registered nursing program, our practical nursing programs, optometry, medical assistance, health management type programs. And then we get into a lot of our industrial type programs, from everything from commercial refrigeration, air conditioning technology. How many of you right now, the homeowners, would cringe right now knowing that you got to call an air conditioning technician to come to your house right now because your unit just went out? I know I do, because I would, because I'm just thinking about the service charge that they just charge just to get them there. Through the technical colleges, we train a lot of our air conditioning technicians, and the students actually work with this industry, and so on and so on. Commercial truck driving, automotive technology, and so on. Computer graphics and design, electrical and computer engineering. And then our public safety. A lot of people do not know that we have several technical colleges own their own law enforcement academy, EMT, paramedics, and so on and so on. So a lot of different types of programs that your students can actually get involved with, not only when they graduate from high school, but also when they are taking advantage of dual enrollment in high school as well. This very one program here is called Interdisciplinary Study. It's an associate's degree. I just want the counselors to be aware of that we have over 29 degree level courses that actually are transferable to the USG system that students can actually take advantage of. They can start at the technical colleges, whether in taking these courses while in dual enrollment or when they graduate from high school. They're not sure exactly what they really want to do, but they can jump into the technical college and start taking these gen ed classes that are transferable to any four-year college and university within the state of Georgia. I know it works because my son actually took advantage of that while he was in high school, knocked out majority of all of his gen ed classes. And here's a slide here that shows all these gen ed classes that are transferable to the four-year colleges and university. Students can do these courses at the technical colleges. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that in your area, that students can do these courses and transfer them out to four-year colleges and universities. Dual enrollment, yes, just real quick update for you, just to let you know that Georgia, the technical college systems do offer dual enrollment within the technical colleges for those students that are 10th grade through 12th grade. And students can take these courses with a little no cost to them at all, because thankfully with the partnership with the Georgia Student Finance Commission, students can actually take these courses pretty much for free while they're in dual enrollment. So I just want to make sure that students are, you're aware of that. Here's my contact information as well, just in case if you got questions. I will drop my contact information in the chat room as well. For those of you that might have questions, regarding the technical college system of Georgia, I'd be happy to address those questions and that type thing and we'll go from there. Again, I appreciate your opportunity and time just to share briefly just a little bit about what's happening with the technical colleges. Hey, be our voices out there as well to give the students the options that they need. Thank you. Hal, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
Thank you.
Stop sharing. There you go.
Okay. Good evening. I'm Hal Wilkinson with the Georgia Student Finance Commission. I'm one of 9 across the state of Georgia. We're going to talk about the updates with Georgia Student Finance. I hope everybody can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about Georgia Match. This is in our second year of a governor's initiative to match high school seniors in Georgia with the 45 participating technical schools and colleges and universities. There's a spot for you. You just have to take it. GSFC will again send out Georgia Match letters in the first week of hopefully October to all high school seniors that attend a private or public high school in Georgia. Let me see if I can go. Hold on just 1 second. You see the next screen?
Hal, it's still on. There you go.
My apology. Okay, this leads to our next initiative, our Georgia Match Days. GSFC will be hosting an event for students and their families, and we will explore funding for post-secondary education in Georgia, life after high school, the options of entering the workforce, the military, and also entrepreneurship. What are those dates? They're opening from October from Savannah State, Rockdale Career Academy, Clarkston High School, and Gwinnett Technical College. And also, let me add also Wiregrass as well. And it's from 5 to 7. And then there's Apply to College Month, which is Miss Renee Hicks is our state coordinator. She sent out an email yesterday to all high school counselors talking about the registration process. We encourage high schools and organizations to host an event. This is where the applications are waived, and it's a great opportunity for seniors. And is this program worth it? Based on the last year's estimate, we had 283 colleges that participated. We had over 24,000 seniors that participated, and with over 21,000 college applications submitted. Now we have an update on our Hope Scholarship Program. The SAT and ACT component of Zell Miller, the SAT is still the same, 1,200, but the ACT has changed. It is now 25. It was a 26 for students who graduate after December the 31st, 2023. So now the ACT is a 25. On the federal side, the FAFSA is going to open up December the 1st, 2024. As always, your outreach representatives are available to assist with FAFSA workshops and events. Just contact outreach@gsfc.org. course, for you high school professionals, we haven't forgotten you. We are having GSFC training at Mercer University's Atlanta campus and Macon campus these dates. Of course, registration is free, but be sure to join the GSFC listserv. How do you do that? You log into your GA Futures account, select high school profile, and if you're brand new and do not have the high school profile, contact your institutional admin or your district admin and contact program admin at gsfc.org to be added. Now, we talk about federal aid, state aid. I've got an extra source of a pot of money for you. Get a job. More companies are doing what Chick-fil-A and these hospitals have been doing for years. I went to Quick Trip on 316 in Sugarloaf out of Lawrenceville, ran into a student from UGA, and he says, 20, 25 hours a week, they give me $2,000 toward my education per semester. I said, really? I said, if that's the case, what will Racetrack give me? Racetrack said after 500 hours of employment, they provide. Look what's going on. More companies are doing what Chick-fil-A and these hospitals have been doing for years. Quick Trip, Racetrack, Home Depot, get this, $1,500 tuition reimbursement per semester. You're getting paid to go to school. Burger King is giving their employees $1,000. So we're talking Kroger's, Publix, Ingles, Dunkin' Donuts, just to name a few. So look at this as another option to pay for your education. Finally, I'd like to introduce my wonderful group of colleagues. We are the K-12 outreach staff. If you need to schedule an event or ask a general question, you can contact us on outreach at gsfc.org or go to gafutures.org, click on the About Us page, click on Outreach, and reach out to us. That's my presentation. Now I'll switch it over to Kayla.
All right, can everyone see my slideshow right now?
I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So let's see if this will work for all of you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kayla Walker, and I have the pleasure of serving as the GEAC president this year, but I'm also serving as a college and career specialist for the Newton County School System. And so today I'm going to bring you some high school perspective on the Probe Insight with the College Tour. So the Probe College Tour brings a tremendous impact to the state of Georgia. We have over 152 colleges exhibiting on the tour this year, and we have 21 states that are represented. With the tour, we have 93 college fairs that we are hosting throughout the entire state. And so as you can see, this brings an amazing opportunity for the students here in the state, because there's a lot of states that don't do anything like this on this scale. And if you're not aware of the mission for the Georgia Education Articulation Committee, as Clint mentioned, is the corporation for Probe, is to disseminate information and stimulate interest in post-secondary education for students in Georgia. It's an amazing opportunity for them to get in front of a wide variety of colleges and universities. So for the benefits that students can have from attending the fairs, I just wanted to bring a few things to your attention. And that is coming from a perspective of not only I serve as a college and career specialist now, I've had the pleasure of serving Probe for 7 years, helping put the tour together with other committee members. And also, I was a college recruiter and a director of college admissions, and now I'm on the K-12 side. So I've seen the impact on both perspectives. But specifically for students, working with students in high schools now, getting in front of, the number of colleges that Probe is bringing provides them an opportunity to just explore their options. I don't know about you working with your students, but I find that a lot of our students are going to the same 5 or 6 colleges, and there's just so many options for them to explore out there. And we want to focus on finding their best fit college for them, and Probe provides an opportunity for that. They also get to get in front of actual college admissions reps. More often than not, the admission reps that are at the college events are those that are helping make the admissions decisions for students in the territory of the college fair that they're attending. So they can get in front of that representative, make that personal connection, and have someone to follow up with for questions. And then just gathering information. I encourage our students, if you're nervous about actually talking to an admissions representative, walk around the college fair and just gather information just in general. You can take those marketing brochures back home, lay them out. You can go based off of what grabs your interest by the look, but then you can also look through different things like comparing campus life, different academic programs, and even financial aid options. And then one of the most valuable opportunities of attending a probe fair is beginning to understand that application process. We know as educators that the admissions process is very different for all of these colleges, but sometimes students don't realize just how different it is. And so for them to be able to attend a probe fair and talk to this many different colleges, they can ask those specific admissions questions. So when we're talking about promoting our fairs, we want to make sure that everyone is on board for this. There's many different touch points that we can get the fair information out there. And so I would recommend getting your district marketing team to help promote the probe fair. So whether you are actually hosting the probe fair in your district or you're encouraging your students to go to a probe fair that is in a neighboring county, getting your district trained team to support that. You can also ask your administrators if they would promote it on calling post messages, sending out all staff emails with the flyers that you can download from the probe website, getting this information sent out through remind messages. I know that as educators, a lot of us use remind messaging, and that's what students get a lot of their information, and so does parents. So take that opportunity to send it out on your counseling remind, but also asking your teachers to send it out. Sending it out on morning announcements. So I know these are done very differently in all the different schools and districts, but just getting it in front of the students so they're constantly reminded about it. And then social media. So on the probe website, you do have the opportunity to download some social media graphics or our logo so you can make your own promotion. So you can promote it on your individual high school social media, but then also ask your district to promote it on their social media websites. And then for your website, so a lot of our high schools have calendars. I encourage you to list the probe fairs that you're encouraging your students to go to, whether it's yours or a neighboring county, on your calendar on your website, putting that promotion on your home pages, and then you can also promote it on your Canvas pages. So a lot of people, when they're promoting the fairs, they do it one way or the other, but I encourage you to try to do it all. You know, you can share this promotion in many different ways, so we're getting in front of the students and the parents for this event. So whether you are hosting or sending your student to one of these probe fairs, or if you're just generally hosting a college and career readiness event, these are some tips that I'd like to provide from my perspective on creating a successful event, specifically for the students, because ultimately that's who these events are for. So I want to make sure that we are cross-collaborating. I know as counselors, and I'm a college and career specialist, you try to take on promoting these events on your own, but enlist your teachers that you work with. So for example, in Newton County, we work heavily with our ELA and econ teachers, and so we send our promotion to them to put up in their classes, send out on their remind messaging apps, and putting our flyers up on different touch points that they have with their students. Getting your administrators behind it. I think a lot of times when our administrators learn about what the probe tour is and all of the opportunities that it brings for the students, they are more than happy to promote it. And then your counseling team. So not just the senior counselors, I encourage all the counselors on your teams to promote this event, whether it's just simply putting a flyer up on your door, putting it through your remind messaging, or telling students about it when you're meeting with them for meetings. And then going back to that district support, sharing this opportunity with your district administrators, and then your parents and guardians. We often promote stuff directly to students, but parents and guardians, I find, are just as excited to attend the probe fair as the students. And then the multi-tiered promotion. So we talked about all the different touch points that you can promote it, and then just engaging all different types of audiences, not just promoting it to just the students or just the parents. Try to list out all of the touch points that's going to get this event messaging across to them. And then finally, this is something switching from the college side of the desk onto the K-12 side that I've really enjoyed doing, is that a lot of students don't even know what a college fair is. And sometimes they don't feel comfortable or confident going to these events. And so what we've tried to do is create content presentations and resources to support them. So for example, you can talk to them about best fit exploration. They can take these college match quizzes. There are many different resources like College Board and SCORE that have these quizzes that students can take about best fit categories, and it will match them to schools like the ones that they really are interested in. And then they can also look at, the purpose of a college fair, getting them a college fair guide. So we created an easy PDF for students if they want to take it to the college fair. It's recommended questions and topics to talk to these college reps about. And ultimately, whatever college and career readiness event that you're hosting, whether it is a Probe College Fair or something else, just providing the students some content so they feel confident going into these events. So one thing that we want to make sure that all the counselors on here know about is getting your students registered for the Probe Fair. So the benefits of getting the students registered is that they get a personalized QR code. Students do not have to be registered to go to a Probe college fair, so I want to make sure that you are aware of that, but it's a huge benefit for them because when they enter that registration, they're going to get a personalized QR code that they can download on their phone, they can screenshot it, they can print it out, and when they come on to the Probe College Fair, they can go around to these college reps and ask them to scan their QR code. This provides clean data to our college reps, but it also provides our students the opportunity to get around to many different colleges and also maybe spark up some interest with a college that they haven't ever heard about, but then they can easily get their QR code scanned and begin receiving information from them. If you believe individual registration is going to be challenging for your student body or your district, I encourage you to look into the group registration option. This is a new feature that Probe has offered this year. And this is simply, you go on our Probe website, gaprobe.org, and you can download the Excel spreadsheet template. You can copy and paste the required fields that you can download from your student information system. You submit that with a form, an online form with Probe, and then you will get a confirmation email with all of your students' QR codes in PDF format, but your students will also receive an email to their student email address with that same information. The reason why we also encourage student registration is because it sends reminders to the students. We tell students in Newton County, you may or may not come to this event, but if they get a reminder a few days before, they may change their mind or encourage their parents or guardians to come for them. So the Probe website offers many resources for you too. I want to make sure that the counselors are aware of everything that's on the Probe website. It's a very user-friendly website, gaprobe.org, and you'll see all of the tabs up here on the screenshot to our right. But most importantly, your students can get registered on this website. They can see the colleges that are going to be represented at the specific program. So if you click on students and student registration, if you find your Probe Fair or the one that you are encouraging your students to attend, they can see all of the colleges in a live list as colleges are registering who will be there. And then counselor resources. Probe does an amazing job of providing resources for our counselors, and that's going to be found on the counselor tab in addition to that group registration option. You're going to find the tour schedule. So maybe you're new to Probe and you are not hosting a Probe college fair and you're not sure where they are. You can pull up our whole entire tour schedule and you can see where the events are and where your students may fit in onto the tour schedule. And if you're interested in hosting a Probe tour college fair, you can actually inquire on our website too. Lastly, I mentioned the promotional materials. If you're just generally wanting to promote these opportunities to your students and letting them choose which fair that they go to, you can go on our website under Fair Host, and there is a marketing tab that you can download just some general flyers about the tours to tell your students about them. So that was some brief information for me as the GEAC president, but also from a high school perspective. And I wanted to share that information with all of you today. Here's my contact information. I welcome any emails if you have any questions on how we promote these events and opportunities to our students in Newton County, or any other questions that you have about the Probe Tour.
Great, thank you, Kayla. And I've been looking at the chat feature throughout. We've had some different questions. One was about the QR code. Clint, do you want to talk a little bit about anything else about the QR code? One thing I want to make sure people know too is as long as the college reps get a green check mark, so if they go through to scan the information, it may not show up immediately, but as soon as the college rep has Wi-Fi capability, that it will download. I know, Monica, you said you had a few problems or your students didn't work well for them. Maybe Zach can let you talk about that a little bit, and we'll see if we can answer that question.
Do you want me to make a presenter?
Yes.
1 second. I had to find her. Here we go. All right, Monica, are you able to talk now?
Took time and had an advisement where our students registered and they did the QR code. We attended the event in Atlanta, which is another issue. It was like we weren't supposed to be there, so they worked us in. But the QR code, when we went around to the different colleges, it wasn't working. It didn't, the way that Miss Walker just explained it, is the expectation that we had, and that didn't happen. And so I was wondering if maybe I had instructed them wrong. If there's some time after this session, if I could get a tutorial from someone to make sure that we did what we were supposed to do correctly, and that when we take this QR code, it's going to work as expected.
Yes. Basically, when the student signs up for the probe tour, they'll get a QR code, and they'll also be emailed a copy of the QR code, and then so each student will have their own unique QR code to have college rep scan.
I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
We took the QR code to the fair, and when it was scanned, nothing happened. Their information did not show up.
Oh, okay. That is strange. What fair was this at? Do you remember the fair?
It was in Atlanta. That's all right, Miss Washington. I'm telling them about the QR code sort of snafu that we had last year. Do you remember what with Miss Grosvenor? It was at Atlanta Metropolitan. That's where we were. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Atlanta Metropolitan. I'll make a note of that. And if you can make a help desk ticket, I can help look into that as well.
So we were the only ones that the QR code didn't work for, and nobody else is reporting any issues with the QR code.
That's what I'm looking into, because I haven't heard anything about the QR codes not working.
Well,
yeah,
but I will check into it.
As far as we'll definitely get with you on that, make sure it's resolved. What probe fair do you plan to attend with your students this year?
Well, this year, our fabulous counseling director, Miss Washington, has agreed to host it here at William Henry Spencer High School. So we're going to be at this one. And so definitely we want to be able to answer the questions that students might have.
Okay.
And make sure our students are registered correctly.
Okay.
So
right.
we'll definitely anytime you want to contact me, I'm happy to receive the tutorial.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And
thank you so much.
I see some other hands up. So let's, Zach, if we can allow them, we have a few minutes for questions, and then certainly you can always use the chat feature, and our presenters will help me monitor that as well to try to answer any questions as we go along.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I wanted to know more about the match day events, and I see that there is a match day event in Gwinnett County. I wanted to see if we could potentially get one in Metro Atlanta, further south Atlanta.
I can address that. If you'll reach out to me on my email, I will check with my supervisor to see if that's possible. And basically, we're just taking an approach for the high school students and their family to look at their options beyond high school as to enter the workforce, the military, entrepreneurship, and funding for post-secondary options. It's just to help complement the Georgia Match Days, but this is an initiative that Georgia Student Finance Commission has taken on at designated locations across the state.
So is it similar to like a career fair, or is it just, could you explain more about it, about the match day event?
Okay, it's not going to be like a career fair, but it's going to be looking at different options. Like, for example, at Gwinnett Tech, we will have somebody from the military explain about options. We will have our GSFC staff out explaining funding options for post-secondary, like Hope Scholarship, Hope Grant, Zell Miller. Also, we're going to be having our staff explain about other options in like trades and other careers enter the workforce as well.
So it's multiple presentations, or is it
Yes,
separate
it'll be
table? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will definitely send you an email so we can get that in Atlanta. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Kayla, I'll turn it over to you for a second.
Hi, Donna. Thank you. I do wanted to make a clarification about attending the fair. So if you're not actually hosting a fair, please make sure that if you want to go to a fair, that you contact the host of that event, because they do have to approve it. However, if it's in the evening, those evening fairs tend to be a little bit easier because you don't have to coordinate scheduling or busing or anything like that. So the fairs during the day tend to have a pretty strict schedule for the host and those that they are busing in. So if that is something that you're interested in, please contact Donna or Clint as a formal request, and they can connect you with the host so we can approve it, just so that they're aware of you coming in and they can schedule you with their other schools being bussed in.
Yep. And that's a great point. And we're approaching the 11 o'clock hour. So I want to, again, be mindful of everyone's time. So Clint, do you have any closing comments besides thank you, thank you, thank you?
No, just thank you for your time today and your attendance. We hope the information was very helpful to you, and we look forward to seeing you out and about this fall.
Yes. Thanks, everybody. We hope you have a great rest of your day.